All right, what's up? What's up? We are live. Wait, I'm live. Nick, where are you at, man? Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. Where are you? Come join me. Nicholas, where are you? Is Nick in the room? Is Nick in the room? Where is? Oh, there he is. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
What were you doing over there? Trying to set up
get
Instagram live
going.
All right, you talk to the peeps. I'm gonna make sure it's working.
That's probably not working, but we're super excited for an amazing show tonight. Hope everyone's been having a great week. Super excited to be back. It's been an amazing bit of time. We've got an amazing guest tonight. We've got some really cool stuff cooking. Really awesome, business growth, tactics and hacks for you guys. We'll be bringing Matt in actually probably pretty soon here. David's fixing Instagram Live right now, trying to do a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, but I'm killing time right now. Hopefully everyone's having a good week. A little bit about our week, I guess. We can do that. We did an event today. It was kind of fun. And yeah, it's been going pretty well and no complaints. You good?
Working on it.
Instagram Live doesn't want to cooperate, but we're having fun. We got some viewers in here, though, for sure. Let's see what we got going on. Let's bring these up. Big Earn, love you, bro. I can't thank you enough for your support. Thanks for being on. It's a great show, man. You're gonna want to stick around for the entire thing for sure. And we're gonna do some fun stuff tonight too with pod decks. We've been kind of slacking on that, but we're gonna have some fun tonight for sure.
All right, so we're not gonna go on Instagram Live. To hell with it. What happens when we try to do something new?
DJ Chris Disc, brother, thanks for being on, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. Hopefully we get some stuff. Did I wash my hands? Maybe.
All right, so we're not going on Instagram Live because my Instagram Live doesn't want to work. So to heck with it. Hercules, what up? What up? Big Earn says he loves you, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Chris talking about that upstate got 3 to 4 the fluffy white stuff.
My goodness,
gotta love that. Oh, our boy Luke.
Thanks for checking in, man.
Luke is going to come on the show a little bit later, and he has some serious,
great stuff,
to drop for us.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to that for sure. All right, so
we're ready.
We kind of already talked about our week, didn't we?
I mean, I kind of did.
It was a fun week.
It was a great week. We're blessed. I'm just too blessed to be stressed, man, for sure. I know it's a lot of stuff going on.
Too blessed to be stressed. Listen to you, man. You sounding like MC Hammer over there.
Sound like Tony Robbins out here.
Oh, now it's Tony Robbins in the house. All right. What's up, Greg? What up? What up? Thanks for joining us. All right, real quickly before we get rolling any further here.
Sounds grown.
Sounds grown. Before we get any further here, however you are watching this show right now, please share it. Please share it somewhere and make sure that somebody in the wedding and event industry is able to watch the show tonight. If you guys have never watched our show tonight, and we should do this anyways, because sometimes we get new people and they may not even necessarily know what our show is about. So if this is the first time watching the show, Wedding Business Growth built on 2 pillars. 1, community. 2, education.
Boom.
Right? So our goal is to help our community stay educated
and be inspired.
Yeah, the business of your business. You know what I mean? The business of your business. So we continue to keep bringing guests on in a variety of different realms to help you with your business. And we encourage you to check back with us every week. If you cannot watch us live, you can also catch our replays on YouTube. Those are up there for you to watch. We also have it in podcast audio format, broken down into nice little bite-sized chunks for you so that you can listen to those on your way to wherever it is you're going.
Yep. So it's not 2.5 hours.
Like it tends to be when we are live.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I'm excited. Tonight's episode, I think we'll pander to everyone in the wedding industry. Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited.
You're dropping all these big words on me, man. Pander. I'm going to pander now. Watch me as I pander the audience.
It's because I'm wearing my nice shirt.
You are pretty dressed up.
And my brown shoes.
I feel like a legit degenerate over here in my I am the DJ and DMS shout out hat that I'm rocking over here. I'm like a full walking billboard for everything that is DJ right now, but
that's awesome.
All right, whatever. All right, let's get started. So to kick the show off,
we're already full. So
this is the problem. We got started on, and look how big these boys are.
they're
These
massive.
are the big daddies. These are not the little boys.
Dr. Pepper, if you're
these
watching,
are the big boys. What's up, Mike Villa? What up? What up?
Oh, bro, appreciate you being on.
Big Arm with the lots of sexiness.
Hey,
Appreciate that.
Right back at you, bro.
It's this guy here,
No,
man.
stop
I'm just here for comedy relief. He's
Do
here
you
for
hear
the
his
good
voice?
looks.
I'm just saying.
He's here for the good
Yeah,
looks.
No.
All right, so kicking things off tonight with us, we are going to be, and we'll give you a rundown of the show real quick. We're going to be joined first by our gracious sponsor, Matt from RequestNow, and they have a new feature that we're going to show off tonight. And I'm here to tell you, this new feature is something that whether you're a DJ, whether you're a photographer, whether you're a videographer, whether you're a wedding planner, you literally can offer this to your events. Okay, so don't think that just because it's called Request Now and it's for DJs that this cannot work for you, because I promise you that when you see this, you're going to say, I could probably offer that, and I'm not even a DJ. That's exactly why we said that. All right. Following that, we are going to have Rachel Stekol joining us to talk about some interesting things when it comes to your vendor profile out there and people finding you to hire you. So I think that's going to be a great talk.
Super interesting.
And then after Rachel, we are going to be joined by our buddy Luke, who has been joining us throughout the last couple of weeks, talking about all the amazing things that they've been doing in Rhode Island to help the wedding and events industry. And they turned a big corner this past couple of days and have some new stuff to report to us. So we are looking forward to hearing about that. Chris, what up, what up, what up? All right, so without further ado, let's bring on Matt from Request Now, because I know he's got some really cool stuff to share with us.
Let's do it.
Matt, what's up, man?
How are you guys doing?
Good, brother. What's going on,
the
man?
full screen here.
All right.
Boom.
Not too much. Yeah, kind of as you said, I've been hard at work on this new feature. So we've been talking about it for some time. So I just thought I'd jump right into it. So essentially, folks are asking, can you send photos? They're sending messages. They're sending questions. They're sending song requests. Can you also send photos? So the answer now is yes. So the sort of way we're going to do it is called a photo wall. So using the same Request Now number that you already own and you're already putting out on QR codes, you can now have guests send photos. And I think it's kind of the same thing you said. It doesn't really need to be just for like the DJ, right? I think folks can kind of use this at a number of venues, and it could be something that even like bride and grooms are asking about. So I think it kind of opens a lot of doors, and it's also a great upsell because it does require some sort of TV or projector. So I could see charging like $300-400 for bringing that equipment out. And there's no investment. It's not a photo booth. You don't need to really invest in anything on our side because it's just software that is just a website. So it's a pretty low investment. Could we hop right in to the demo?
Yeah, sure
Let's
can.
see here.
Look at here. Mike Villa says he's got his Request Now shirt on right now.
That's
Look
awesome.
at that.
Sweet.
Big Earn,
I want Big Earn to try this because he's got the projector. I heard he's doing big movie night, so he can kind of have that.
Mike and Gabriel are doing that too, where they're at, man. So they'd be good for this also.
I gotta talk to them. So I just want to make clear, it is in beta, meaning we just launched it. We're really looking for feedback. Definitely, it's a little rough around the edges, but it definitely is ready to go. If anyone wants to test it, you can test it for free. So that's the good news. And yeah, we're just kind of excited to get it into everyone's hands. So to kind of start off, you're going to need sort of like 2 pages. So I just sort of texted in a photo myself. Do you want to put the QR code up? So
yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that.
So the DJ, you or an assistant or someone at home, they don't have to even be at the event actually. There needs to be someone who's approving the photos. That's kind of the main concept. So you can see that there's 2 views. So you can click the slideshow link. This is what you would make full screen. So it looks a little ugly now because there's no photos that are approved because this one isn't approved yet. But you would put this full screen on a projector or on a TV. You just hit enter. I don't know what that does on that screen, but it's pretty easy to make it full screen. So I thought we could try texting in photos. This could end ugly or it might not. So yeah, do you guys want to just send a photo of like where you're watching from or something funny on your phone? I don't know. It's the same number that we've been using if you want to put the QR code back on.
Okay, cool. Yep. So you guys can just scan the QR code in the top corner of your screen there, or you can just take a photo like that.
and again, this isn't. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, and then text it into the number.
Yeah. So this isn't to compete with a photo booth, by the way, at all. It's very different. These are the candid photos that people are snapping at the table that just wouldn't have taken place in a photo booth. Ooh, sweet. I'd love to see a photo of you wearing that shirt. So what's cool is you don't need to refresh or anything. All the photos come in real time. So if I click approve here, it will say photo approved, just like that. The photo goes away, and now it should instantly be on this page. So hopefully other people will send it in, so there's not just me.
Yeah, no, send in some photos, guys. Scan the QR code or text a photo to the on the bottom.
Okay.
There we go.
So there we go. We got somebody else. Okay, we got a cool one. So now I can approve this. Okay, we got one of Luke. So like you can see, it's all in real time, which is really cool. Like you don't need to refresh. And now if we go over to the you can kind of see each photo stays on for just a few seconds. So again, it's going to update totally in real time. So there's the next one, and you would have this totally full screen. And again, we're looking for feedback, so we can customize the text here. Right now, it just says text photos too, but I'd imagine you might want to say, it's Nick and someone's wedding or whatever it is. The event name or the date. We could probably put a logo in one of the corners. So I think there's a lot of possibilities for this. So here, I'll just approve them all. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Was the idea? You don't need.
Big Earn didn't send any nudies in, man. You gotta make you can't be approving.
I can check what number. I can check what number they've sent it from, so I can find them.
Look at those goonballs.
Yeah.
But anyway, the idea is, there's the shirt.
Yes.
Boom.
Thanks for sending that in.
Awesome.
Look at there.
Let's see where all the other photos are. Should be more photos than these. There we go. So it kind of just keeps looping through it. The other call out is, you don't need any software, and it should also have all the same marketing features. So everyone's getting a response back when you send the photo, same thank you message, same contact card, same notify now. So it's all the same system. Oh, and you can use this for song requests too. That's the other benefit, right? So you don't need two different numbers. You don't need anything like that. So if we look at the event we're using, some people have sent in song requests too. So it's just another add-on basically.
So when these photos come in, they don't come in like
someone's gaming.
They don't come in like a conversation then, right?
No. So I also forgot to mention, if you need to see a photo closer up, you just click it and it zooms in for you. Nice. So I'll approve Mike Via, approve that one.
Can you just what's the process if you disapprove one, for example, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, I mean, we're honestly looking for feedback. I think right now it doesn't. Yeah, we don't really know what we want to do with it. Okay. Whoa!
Look at Big Earn standing on top of Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's totally in beta. Like this is ready to go today. Like you could use this at a wedding and it would work well. I think there's just tons of enhancements people want, right? Like what to do when you want to deny it. What if you accidentally approve a photo? Should we add a logo? Should the couple's name be? I think there's just customization that we want to add. Yeah. And we're kind of curious what people want to do with it. But the things I just want to highlight are, this is ready to go with the current system. You don't need to purchase anything extra. It's the same $30 a year for the same number. We're not changing the price or anything. So it looks like some photos are not cropped perfectly. So that's good to kind of fix.
So somebody's saying, I wonder if you could do a crop in 2 clicks and then publish it.
Yeah. So basically, let's say I didn't want I could kind of recrop. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yep. Yeah. Also, same suggestion. Big scrolling text at the bottom. So that would be a good idea.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think it could work at weddings, corporate events. Really, again, it's just another thing you could charge a few $100s for. Oh, what's the name?
Oh, I think he's talking about the program. Oh. So it's a RequestNow. Professor Jam is the name of the program. RequestNow.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't want to take too much more time. So this is the demo. Just reach out if you want to try it. Maybe we'll take 1 or 2 questions, and then I want to turn it over to the guest.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, now's the time to ask those. We're gonna keep sending photos in, man. We'll just
keep sending it in.
There. What the heck? We'll just keep throwing them up there.
We get some crazy ones.
So he's saying like auto set the dimensions on the crop to match the TV ratio. Okay, there's a good idea.
Yeah, I think there needs to be some auto cropping, but
That would be cool.
I guess David, I'm curious, like, how would you use this at an event?
How would I use it?
Yeah.
I mean, I would use it at every single event that I ever did. I do think that there is it probably is a good idea to get some sort of like auto cropping in there so that
yeah, it's a little off now. I see
like right now we should be able to see the whole photo of Mike Villa. So maybe it's
but like that one looks better. See, it's hard because some photos are it's trying to do but that's good feedback.
If there was a way for it to fit in there, even if it had to be like a whatever, like an iPhone looking photo, but it just kind of condensed it down. I'm showing you guys this like you can see my hand. Sorry, I'm such an idiot. But like even that, so like that right there. See the one with Big Earn? Go to the one with Big Earn. Yeah. So when it comes up, it would come up like that. So you would see that, and it would just be like space on the left to the right of it, but no big deal.
Oh, I see. Yeah. See, this one would be tough because there would, with the aspect ratio, there need to be space. But yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, which would be fine. Yeah, it would just be extra space on the left and right of it. So
totally.
DJ Chris Dis says this goes on a second screen, full screen. Yes, that's correct. Here's a good question: is there a disclaimer that pops up for future use of those photos, etc.?
I guess I don't know what you mean by that.
Probably like, is there a way to send a disclaimer that says, "Hey, we might use these photos for other purposes"? I don't know. I guess that's what.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the whole beauty of the system is we send a text back. So right now, all of you should just say thanks for your photo, but that's going to be customizable. So you can say whatever you want. So I can have it say, disclaimer: this might be used at other events or other places. The other idea, by the way, is what we called photo memories, which is now that the event's over, everyone gets a blast of these photos because we already have everyone's number. So we could just say, event's over, thanks for coming out, here's the album. And then the bride and groom on their honeymoon now are looking at all the funny photos from the event while the photographer is taking the time to,
edit and
do all the edits and everything. Because again, this is not to compete with the photo booth or the photographer. It's a very different type thing.
Oh, and I see the comments here. It says you will have to have a release to use the photos. I mean, in all reality, we're not going to be using those for, we're not going to be using them for marketing or whatever. So I think you'd be safe as long as you're keeping.
I think if someone is texting a photo and they're told it's going to be on a screen, it's pretty. I know there's similar people who do things like this. But yeah, we can. So on the welcome text right now, we say like standard rates apply, respond with stop to opt out. So that is just a compliance thing we have to add. So for photos, we could add something as well.
And the bottom line is like, don't be using these photos for crazy reasons after the fact. It's designed for in the moment fun stuff like that.
Exactly.
Here's another good comment: a blur on both sides for the Instagram looking pics, or let it zoom in and make it pic big. Yeah. Yep. Good stuff. Big Earn says he looks like King Kong. Yeah, you do.
Running that city, dude.
Yeah, you do.
Well, sweet. I don't want to take up any more time. So I think one question was, how do you access it? So it is not, we don't want to like launch it fully to everybody because as you can see, there's some issues around the aspect ratio and things like that. So if you want to use it, you just need to send us an email, and then when you create the event, I'll just enable it and send you the link.
There you go.
So that's all you need to do.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, thanks for having me and for all the feedback. And I think that's it.
I know I say this every time you come on the show, but seriously, like I really love the fact that you as the owner of the company are as accessible as you are,
taking the time
and as open as you are to say, hey, here's what I have. Break it for me so I can fix it.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then not only that, but I'm actually going to listen to what you're saying and do my best to give you what you're looking for.
And implement that. Dude.
Yeah, it's funny everyone says that. I mean, how else would we build this? I wouldn't know because I'm not at every event, so.
Well, you'd be surprised, man. I mean, some people make their thing like this is it and like it or not. But dude, the amount, what you're doing with RequestNow and everything else, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Luke said you're awesome, brother.
One last thing, actually. So we are going to do a raffle at the end for 10 free events, basically, which you can use for photo walls. I forgot about that. So
you just doubled it up too, because I was going to only say 5. Right. So you just doubled it up to
10. You do need to text in, so you can text in more photos. And yeah, okay. Well, I know you got a super cool guest coming on, so
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. So as usual, if you want to register to be a winner of the 10 free events that you can use this at, whether you have an account or not, 10 free events. There is a QR code right above us, and there's also a number scrolling at the bottom of the screen there. Just send us your name. Just be sure to send us your name, and then also once you text in, make sure to change your name so we know who you are. Because if you keep it your phone number, it'll be a lot more challenging for us to know who you are. And last but not least, you do have to be present to win. So you got to stick around and watch the show. That's the only thing we ever ask. All right.
Yep.
So
Sweet.
if you want to win, start texting in, start scanning that QR code, and let's give away some free events. We'll be doing that a little bit later on, where you can utilize this. And my favorite thing to say, try it before you buy it.
For sure.
Yep.
All right, Matt. We'll see you in a
Sweet.
little
I'll see you
bit.
guys later. Yep.
Thanks,
All right,
man.
man.
Thank you so much, bud. All right. QR code not working for me on my Mac. All right. Well, that's why there's a number scrolling across the bottom. We can't guarantee the QR code is going to work. We only try to make it work the best we can. It worked for you earlier?
Yeah.
When you scanned it? Okay.
It works
So
on my iPhone.
all right. So it's working for some, but not for all. So at the end of the day, the good news is you can always text in to the bottom scrolling across the bottom. The number scrolling across the bottom, not the bottom scrolling across the bottom, but the number scrolling across the bottom. If you cannot read that for any reason, maybe you don't have your glasses with you tonight, that number is 909-316-0707. Once again, it is 909-316-0707.
Boom.
There you go.
Enjoy.
And I see people texting in, so that means people are definitely getting it, seeing it, and dealing with it. All right.
Let's get into it.
All right, so let's get into it
I'm
tonight,
ready.
guys. All right, so one of the things that we all need to be doing is having vendor profiles. I like to call them vendor profiles, whether it's on social media,
Yep.
whether it's on directory sites.
Yep.
You know, there are those out there that not we, but some toss a lot of money to, and they have their vendor profile on there. And for some folks, those sites work wonders, and for some folks, those sites don't do anything for them. And we're not going to get into a debate and an argument tonight about who they work for and who they don't work for. What we are going to talk about is, number one, some things that maybe can help you enhance your vendor profile. Maybe kind of polish up some things that maybe you're missing on there, that you're missing out on clients that are your targeted clients and not just a random client.
Right.
And then we're going to talk about an option that I think is really, really cool. All right. So our guest tonight is Rachel Stekol. And Rachel is a serial entrepreneur with experience in e-commerce and event planning. She previously co-founded and successfully operated a healthcare billing company. She has also worked extensively in e-commerce and social media. Rachel is a certified wedding planner and is passionate about helping people have successful events.
Boom.
I love that.
Love that.
All right, so we're going to bring her on with us right now. Rachel, how are you?
Thanks for being on.
Good. Thank you so much for having me, David.
We are. The honor is all ours. The pleasure is all ours for having you on the show with us tonight. So, with your background in working in social media and with we're talking again about kind of the vendor profile thing. Maybe let's just dive right into maybe some suggestions that you have as kind of like almost like a checklist. Hey, like make sure that your vendor profile includes these particular things.
Yeah, absolutely. So for a vendor profile, like from all my experience, especially on social media, you definitely want to make sure you have your name, the contact person who you would like to contact in your company, and a phone number. Number one, that I know a lot of people do not want to put in their phone number, but I think that's like the best way of contact. A lot of people want to contact the particular vendor that they're looking for. Some people don't want to go through email or, just, social media. Some people don't have social media and they just want to do it the old school way of just calling a person. So a phone number would definitely be great. Also, in your vendor profile, you want to have all your links, your website, all your external links. If you have social media, to YouTube, to any social media platform that you're on, you want to put all those links on. If you have any videos of your work, if you have any pictures, your logo, also a nice description of exactly what you have and what you have to offer for the couple. You want to make sure that the couple, once they look at your profile, they can actually understand exactly what you do, what services you provide, and this, it just gives them a better understanding if you actually fit what their needs are. So, and if you do have external reviews, that's great. Like, put a link there so couples can actually review other couples who have used you before, and it just gives them a better understanding if, you know, you're the right person for them.
Probably a good idea. I'm sorry. I was going to say it's probably a good idea too to do an audit of this stuff every once in a while too, because sometimes you can set a profile up somewhere, and then maybe just kind of you forget about it. So it's probably good, like, think about where you have these profiles set up, and just do an audit every once in a while. Make sure all your links are working. Make sure that your photos are current, especially if you have a staff of people. Like for example, I had a profile on a site somewhere that had photos of like our old staff. Like half the people that were in the photo didn't even work with our company anymore, and we had, I guess for lack of better terms, replace them with other people. And so it was just one of those things where it just slipped my mind to have to update that. So that's like a real life example of where just those quick audits can help.
For sure. And another thing for me too also was links not working. I used Linktree for a really long time, and I just decided to click on it one day and the link was broken. So, I mean, that it definitely happens all the time. I mean, that should be almost like a daily thing.
Right. Just add on to what you were just saying, like there was instances you would click on the vendor's website and it's not working. How are you promoting your business if nobody can even reach your website and says it's not a functioning website? So you definitely have to get all your links straightened out and definitely check it out. Like I'd say a few months to make sure that it's all up to date.
Yeah.
What are maybe some common mistakes that maybe you see people making in their vendor profiles that potentially could be attracting the wrong client, or just not maybe even attracting clients, period?
Well, they're not. One major thing is, besides giving the correct information, let's say they just put their name, but then they're not really describing what they're doing, and their pictures don't really correlate with exactly what their profession is or what their vendor type is. There's so many the same names of different vendors that if you don't put like a little description of exactly what you do, the couple's not really going to have, a great visual if you can help them or not, and you're not really going to attract the right couples to you. And also some kind of contact information. I've seen a lot on social media, especially, that they'll put up all the photos, they'll put up, the name, they'll have some reviews, but then there's no way of contacting you unless I just hit message, or sometimes even to send messenger and the Facebook doesn't work. They don't even have any sort of contact. So how are you supposed to attract couples if you can't really, give them any way of contacting you? So that's like a major issue right now that I've been seeing lately.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, with social media, I've noticed in my own business, it's so difficult to keep up with all these profiles. Whether for me, it's Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. It's like how many different profiles do we have? I don't know if we can get into that, or we can talk about maybe niching down into certain ones, or what you think is best.
That's a great question. When is too many too
what
much?
Is too much? Yeah.
Especially with the amount of social media platforms there are right now. It's like, when do you know to stop? Like, I feel like you just have to cater to the one that is right for your particular profession, particular service and just stick to it and grow it there. And then if you have time, move on to the next one. I think you should just grow it social media platform by social media platform, because if you just dive into all of them right away, you're really like not focusing on one. So you do a little bit here, you do a little bit there, but nothing is fully complete.
Right. And I can imagine the overwhelm is probably pretty real too. Like you're just like, oh, I got to try to post to all these platforms. It's like, I got nothing. I've noticed, honestly, that Instagram was doing like well for me for a little bit. And then, all of a sudden I'm getting inquiries from Facebook. And it was, so it's crazy how it fluctuates as well. But yeah, I would definitely agree. Just stick to one. We actually talked about this on a podcast earlier today. Stick to one, focus on it, and give it everything, and let it grow. Is it giving you what you want? No. Can I fix it? Or maybe not. And then, all right, let me try a different one.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, and the good thing, like, you talk about your website and stuff like that. Like, luckily, that's something that, unless you're doing blogging, which you should be, that's something that doesn't have to be constantly updated like social media does. So I think, again, if you just do kind of an audit, like I mentioned earlier, just do an audit like maybe every quarter. Just do a quick audit, make sure everything makes sense, and if you're blogging, then typically you should see those kind of things. I saw one of the comments, somebody was saying, right here, Hercules Entertainment said, check specific pages to make sure that you don't have any pages that have gone for some reason have gone awry and the link to that page is broken or anything at all like that. But then from the social media standpoint, yeah, I mean, I think that, we could get into all these directions that we could go into. I mean, there's different services that allow you to post on multiple platforms of social media and things like that. So there's definitely options out there from that standpoint.
Yeah.
But, the main topic, I guess, of our conversation tonight is really more so focused on those sites. And we all know what I'm talking about. I just really don't want to get into naming them, but the sites where you're specifically posting like an ad for yourself for a potential client to see, and then to reach out to you and potentially hire you for your business. And a lot of those types of sites cost money up front. They cost money up front before you ever have a client that's paying you any money. And, with everything that people have experienced during COVID, a lot of people either still are not working or have not been working a normal type of schedule and are, still needing to have that presence, still needing to have that exposure, and still needing to have that opportunity for the potential to kind of get their business back on its feet. And so, real quick, Adam Rock said hi to you, Rachel. So hi, Rachel, from Adam. So I think one of the things that I love about what you guys have created, you and Sam have created with Wedding Composer, is it really kind of offers you an opportunity to create a vendor profile and to be exposed to clients based on very niche down, and I'm gonna let you tell this better than I will, but very niche down specific ways so that you're going after the right client, which is, what we were talking about in the beginning, is going after that right client, going after that client that makes the most sense for you. And then I'll let you pick it up from there and kind of talk a little bit about how Wedding Composers works.
Absolutely. So as you were mentioning, the other sites that we won't name, they're more like a yellow page directory for vendors. So like when a couple would come in, they would still have to scroll and scroll and scroll and try to potentially find the right match for them. So how Wedding Composers comes into play, we're actually matching you to couples that meet your service criteria. So let's say you create, and you're not putting any investment forward. So you would create a vendor profile, just like, David mentioned before. You would place your business name, all your social media links, and you would pretty much specify exactly what service you're catering. Like if you're a DJ, if you're a band, if you're a photographer, you would indicate every little nitty-gritty detail, and then Wedding Composers matches you to the couples that fits your availability, fits your budget point, and as well as you provide exactly the services that the couple requests. So if they need an all white setup for a DJ, or they want a specific type of music, you would be matched based if you provide that service or not, you're available for that date, and you fit their budget point. So we're eliminating the whole yellow book page, and the couple calling 300 different vendors and the stress. We're eliminating the stress for both the couple and the headache for the vendor. And that's how Wedding Composers comes into play. And like I said, there's no investment. You create a vendor profile for free. There's no monthly subscriptions, no annual subscriptions. So you create and you just see how many jobs you're getting. We leave everything in your hands. You can accept the job, you can decline the job. It's all up to you, and you're not putting any extra money aside for marketing yourself out there.
So I got to imagine, with all that said, it's not like totally free though. There's obviously some cost involved at some point, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. But there's no fee until you actually guarantee money in your pocket. So like once you book a gig, you have money in your pocket. We charge a fee for our services because we provide you with the job, instead of you potentially being listed on one of these pages that you cost an arm and a leg, and you're competing against so many other people, and you're not even appearing on the first, second, or third page. And how's the couple ever going to see you? Here you're actually promoting your service. You're being picked or matched based on what you do, and not because you're paying the big bucks to be listed on the first page.
Now, is that fee, is that a based on a percentage wise, or is that a flat fee, or how does that work?
Oh, we have a flat fee. We charge 10% for all our vendors, and we leave it up to you. Some vendors incorporate into their quote when they're quoting the couple. Some vendors we leave everything up to the vendor. You guys know your business better than we do. We're just providing you the actual couple. So, and everything else, they follow all your policies, all your contracts, everything, all your service guidelines. So everything is left in your control, and we're just, the middleman, the matchmaker for weddings.
I love it.
Yeah.
I like how everything's curtailed to what you offer specifically. And it's not just this transactional thing where it's like, oh, like, let me go on and just search and scroll and try to click someone and, all right, yeah, it looks good enough, or like whatever. I like how it's to your needs. You mentioned price point. I love how it's, matched to price point, what you're looking for in that regard, or even style. For me, it would be, I guess, video style. I'm looking for like a more, cinematic video, or like, and I think that's amazing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're just trying to eliminate the stress. It's so stressful to plan a wedding.
Yeah.
I remember planning my own, and I don't think I'd ever go through it again. But
yeah,
enjoy the time, and like this, we're literally bringing everything to you on a silver platter, and you just decide if you like A, B, or C, depending on what kind of package, like what kind of services you want. And like you said, like I want a black and white photo shoot, or
right.
And this one doesn't offer it. I'm not going to sit there and call 300 different vendors when
right.
I can use a service that is free, and you can match me with vendors that qualify for my needs.
I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
it's innovative.
Yeah,
sure.
it definitely is. And I mean, and that's the thing, like at the end of the day, we've all been through what we've been through. I mentioned it earlier, and it's a time where you have to be aware of you're caught between a rock and a hard place, because you got to be aware of your expenditures, and you got to make sure that you're spending your money wisely, but you still got to be out in the marketplace, and you still got to be able to be seen out in the marketplace. How long has the company been around?
We started in late 2018, but it took some time to develop it. Now we're currently open for registration for DJ bands, photo, video, and venues. And slowly we will be adding every category that, you need to plan a wedding. And we have a huge waiting list for other service categories. Like I said, we're all over social media. We're in like over 1,700 groups in social media. We also run our own 34 groups. So we actually offer that to our vendors too. Whoever fully sign up with us, we give them access to all those groups that we manage, and they're more than welcome to connect with different vendors and other couples, and get their name out there as well.
Excellent. We got a question here. Would this help with SEO and website exposure?
Yeah, I mean, we're all over. So if you join a every time you get matched, your name pops up. So you would get some sort of exposure, and especially if you're joining, other groups that we manage, you're getting your name out there. So any kind of exposure you can get, and there's no investment in it. So if you have any empty slots in your calendar and you don't have the extra, money to set aside for marketing and get your name out there, this is really a risk-free, no-brainer for you, because you're not allocating extra money. It's free to join. You see how much traffic you're generating from our site, and we leave it in your hands to either click accept or decline, and it's all up to you. So you're just getting more and more exposure that way.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I like that. Any questions out there in the audience? If anybody has any questions about wedding composers and how maybe it can help you with your business, as we always say, our goal is to help provide. We don't want this show to be something that we're just going to keep selling stuff to people. And that's what we loved about when Rachel came to us to ask if she could share about wedding composers with our audience, because again, the service is something where there's no financial upfront cost to you. Basically, there's no risk. There's a quick application process, and I say quick. It takes a few minutes to do it, but there's an application process to be on their site. They do well about vetting to make sure that they're not just letting anybody on their site, which I like a lot as well. And then at that point, It's an opportunity for you, like she said, to basically you say yes or no to whether or not you want the events that they match you with. And I think that's really cool, Rachel.
Yeah.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you.
And I think that what you're doing is, I think it is the future. I really think what you're doing in terms of your structure is the future of these types of services, because I think you're going to get to a point where, like we already seeing like, man, like maybe this stuff isn't like pay first and then good luck, versus like, let me show you what I can do.
Yeah.
And then pay me after once I've proven myself. I think that's kind of the same philosophy that, David and I have that as well. It's like, we want to prove our value, in business, in what we're doing with this. We want to prove our value to you and to our clients first before we start to,
right,
say, oh, we're going to charge you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's many of. Hey, Natural Aura, great. Thank you for joining us. It's never too late to join. We appreciate you, bud.
Appreciate it.
There's many a client through our, the hybrid services and the things that we've been doing lately,
right,
that we've taken this same business model and said, hey, listen, first event's on us. We want to show you what we're capable of doing.
Yeah.
We believe in what we have to offer, and if you like it, then we can talk about how you can use us again. If you don't like it, the good news is it didn't cost you anything.
And I mean, just to add to that point, dude, that's how we met.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally how we met. So the first thing how Dave and I met was Dave was looking for someone for some social media content for his company, his DJ company. I came out, I shot a video. I was like, bro, first one's on the house. If you like it, let's talk. And he was blown away. Yeah. And that was the mentality that I've always had. Honestly, it's like, let me prove what I can do first, and then we can talk.
And now I'm broke because he does so many cool things for me.
Especially during the COVID times, like when people don't have that extra money and they're getting back into the business, and so much is so virtual that it's like, that's the next phase in the wedding industry. We're trying to revolutionize the wedding industry, and where a couple can sit on the comfort of their couch and pretty much plan their whole entire wedding.
Yeah.
Comfort.
And not feel stressed out and get stuff that's actually pertinent to them, not like scrolling through 300 vendors as well.
Yeah, Matt says that's an old trick. First one is always free. That's right.
Yeah, I guess.
It works.
Yeah, honestly, it hasn't failed yet. So
no, I agree.
Our actual logo is you'll handle the guests, we'll handle the stress. So like
nice. I like that.
Entertaining and enjoying this moment, and we'll handle all the stress for you. We'll take
absolutely. You had mentioned earlier also about the Facebook groups, and I know that you manage quite a few Facebook groups yourself, and maybe talk a little bit about that and ways people could be taking advantage of being a member of these other Facebook groups, and then maybe even possibly from the standpoint of duplicating sort of what you guys are doing and the success that you're having with the groups that you have.
Absolutely. There's so many groups out there for every type of, service you're doing. So my suggestion is sit there and literally find all these groups and join them and post. Some of them have certain rules you have to follow, but you have to get your name out, and it's free. It's actually free to do all of this. It doesn't cost anything. So it's another free sort of way of marketing yourself out there. And, let's say you're a DJ, try to join all the DJ wedding groups, or if you're just a DJ for other events, there's so many groups. I mean, I'm not even halfway done. I'm trying to join every day, any group that pops up. You put in one name, 300 other groups pop up, and you just click join. And you're getting your name out there, and you have to post. Just because you're joining, but you're not making a post to advertise yourself out there, you're really not going to get far. And also you're connecting with couples, and you're connecting with other vendors that, can help you, or, can join your force, and, you guys can connect and do gigs together. So you're just getting your name out there. But my suggestion is to just, in that search field, type in what, you're doing or what you're particularly looking for. And there's so many groups that you can just join and get yourself out there, get your name across.
Well, I think exposure is so important. I mean, and I love what social media is. I mean, it honestly, I think a lot of it gets conflated with like look at me type of thing. Like it becomes very like hedonistic or narcissistic, but it's community. I mean, all you're doing is expanding a virtual community. I mean, for me, it took a really long time for me to have that kind of epiphany where it was like, this has nothing to do with me. It has to do with making connections with people where normally I wouldn't be able to make connections with. So doing things like getting into those groups and not just joining, but actively participating in them, I honestly think is the key to it. And even on social media, you know, I always like to comment on people's posts because I genuinely want to be engaged with what everyone's doing. So I think that's a huge part of social media that's kind of gotten lost in this entire, like, just look at me culture versus like, let's actually make real connections and stuff like that, which.
Well, and you know, referring to like joining these groups and in social media as well. The other component of that is being sure to bring some value. You know, bring some value. Don't just go in there and spam like I'm a videographer. Hire me to do your videos.
Of course,
I'm a photographer. Hire me to take your photos. Like, there's got to be some you know, value. There's got to be some you know, I've been saying this a lot. I just love this saying, but I've been saying it a lot. Like, you know, seek to understand before to be understood.
Yeah.
You know, learn more about other people, learn more about what their needs are, learn more about how you can help other people.
Serve.
And, you know, it's just reciprocation. It's going to come back to you. But it's just so important to make sure that you're out there, you know, being a positive influence on other people in the industry and just, you know, other people in general.
Well, I really like what you said, where it was provide genuine value and serve others. I mean, absolute caveat to what I said was like, don't just go in and spam groups. Like, that's knowing no one likes that, but provide actual value. You know, seek to learn about people, make real connections. Hey, how can I better serve you? How can I use what my talents to serve, you know, your business or connect with you?
Right.
So it's awesome.
You know, another big thing that everybody talks about, I know we talk about it, we've been talking about since it came out, was Clubhouse. And that, you know, for those of you guys that are on to Clubhouse, we'll be doing a Clubhouse after show right after this, and we invite you guys to join us on that. But that's another example of where you really got to put value out there. You can't just go out there and flex and floss and act like you're, you know, the best thing since sliced bread. People are going to see right through that. People are gonna you know, be turned off from you right away. But if you go out there and you provide value and you provide something to a conversation and you know, you offer good suggestions, you offer good things that maybe you've experienced that can help others, it will continue to build your value to them. And so, you know, we just encourage you guys, if you're on Clubhouse, to join us for the Wedding Business Growth after party after tonight.
Yeah. And one thing that I really like about Clubhouse is, like you just said, you have to actually provide value and you have to actually have like something legitimate to say. You can't just like go spam and say, oh, you know, whatever, hire me. You know, I love the real conversations that are happening in those clubs. So I think it's awesome. I really think Clubhouse is pretty innovative.
Rachel, are you on Clubhouse?
Yes, I finally got my invite.
Nice.
I'm official.
You are.
I'm
going to actually look you up right now, and if you have time, I'll invite you to join our Clubhouse after party. I'll send you an invite.
I would love to do
I'll shoot you an invite right now. All right. So once again, in the audience, guys, if anybody has any questions about wedding composers, I think Rachel did a really good job of explaining it. But if you guys have any questions about it, typically we would have some sort of a giveaway from our guests, but the reality is the whole damn thing's a giveaway. Like, all you have to do is get on and join.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much value on the table right here. I mean, like Rachel's been saying, it costs nothing. It costs your time to put the effort in to do it. But other than that, I mean, that's literally it. Maybe one question that I have, Rachel, would be, how are couples finding you?
So like I said, we're all over social media. So I'm part of, you know, so many groups, as well as we're doing virtual bridal shows, and we have a huge waiting list for couples who are trying to, you know, use our site. And like, social media is your best friend. You just gotta join all the proper groups and get your name across and market yourself out there and provide, like you said before, some sort of value that you can, you know, help them. And the couples are there every day, 24/7. There's always somebody commenting, and you just have to be always on top of it. So through social media and these bridal expo shows, that's how, you know, they're finding us.
Okay. Yeah. One thing that I will say is I'm in a few groups here in Florida, and I will say there's so much activity, and hey, I'm looking for a videographer, I'm looking for a DJ. So no, I can totally see that, and that's awesome. I think that involvement in is so important. I mean, yeah.
What about the future of wedding composers? What is in your eyes? What is the future of wedding composers?
So the future is eventually we will have event composers. So we are a nationwide platform, and eventually what we're going to do is all our vendors who are on wedding composers, we will migrate them to event composers and not only focus on weddings, but any type of events. And that is our future. So once we're done with weddings, we will have our sister site, event composers, and we will have all our current vendors on it join, migrate them if they do other gigs besides just weddings, so they have first dibs, and then we will market to just any type of event planning, and hopefully eventually go international as well. That's the future for weddings.
Sounds awesome.
I love it.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, I just sent you a request on Clubhouse. So if you add me, then I'll add you to our group, so it'll be easy to find it later on.
Awesome.
To join us tonight. All right, you guys. So we're gonna keep Rachel around for a little while to maybe answer any questions you guys might have before the night is over. And be sure to I didn't even ask that. I should have. What's the best place for people to find out more information about wedding composers?
You could go on our wedding composers page on Facebook. There's all the latest updates, all the latest news. There's a sign up button, which will directly straight to our website, which will have more information of what we do, how we help vendors and couples. There will be like an explainer video explaining how the site works, what you need in order to, create a vendor profile. So just social media, you could just type in wedding composers, click on it, everything would be there.
Cool. So if you guys are on Facebook, go to wedding composers. Obviously, it never hurts to just get on the old Google and type in wedding composers, and I'm sure you'll find it there too. Let's see. Bear Pines Entertainment says, "What's your Clubhouse info?" All right.
It should be wedding composer. Unfortunately, they didn't let me add the S in the end because they only wanted 15 characters. So it will be wedding composer, but it will have our logo sign there. So if you follow us on social media, you'll recognize us on Clubhouse as well.
Perfect. And you can find mine under David Hanscom, and you can find his under Nick Sangiamo, right?
Yeah, changes every day.
It really does. It really does.
Just fine.
So yeah, connect with us there, and then we'll link you guys up to the after party. All right. So next up we're gonna bring up our Rachel. Thank you so much. I want to make sure that I say that, and don't forget to say that.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you joining us tonight. I think what you guys are doing is awesome, and I think it's only going to continue to keep getting better.
Yeah.
And let me say this before we bring Luke on. The best way for a service like this to work, and for you to realize something like this can work for you instead of having to shell out a bunch of money before you get anything out of it, is to actually, number one, use it.
Yes.
Number two, tell other people about it, and be a billboard for it. Okay? Because at the end of the day, like I said, you're not putting any money up front for this to happen. So that gives you the ability to do these kind of things. Be a billboard for a service like this. It makes sense. It would be great if all of these other types of services proved it before they made you pay for it. And that's what Rachel is doing. And I love that. I love that they're willing to say, hey, we're going to prove to you what we're capable of doing before you have to pay us a dime. I think that's amazing. I can't say that enough.
Innovative, exciting. I mean,
actually, we could probably correct all the wrongs, right all the wrongs in pro sports if we did that way too.
Probably.
You know what I mean? If we just told all these players, hey, guess what? Prove it, and then we'll pay you. Anyways, I don't know. That's a whole different conversation. Go Tom Brady.
Thank you guys. All right, totally appreciate it.
I'm probably going to get in trouble with somebody for saying that. But
Rachel,
anyway.
Thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
So you guys know that we've had my good buddy from Rhode Island, Luke Wrenchin, on with us for the last couple of weeks, talking about all the great things that they're doing. They continue to keep doing even greater things. And so we wanted to bring Luke on to kind of give us an update on what has happened since last. And that's the thing, like he was just on last week.
Yeah.
And still, even now,
exponential growth.
I think you guys are going to be blown away by what's going on. So Luke, I'm going to go ahead and bring you on now. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hi, Rachel.
Good
Hi,
to see you.
Before I start and say anything, David and Nick, I got to throw shout out to our boy
Yes.
6 months. He's been gone since the 4th. So can't believe it's already been 6 months. I think you saw some of the pictures I posted up from the DJ conference, David. So I had to just throw a little tribute to our our friend and brother who passed 6 months ago. So
That was a fun trip down memory lane seeing those photos. Thank you for sharing those.
It was. That was the same time we were hanging out with Naughty by Nature, and those are some good times. So but yeah, as you said earlier, it has certainly been a crazy week since last we spoke. In fact, I know you and I tried connecting this week, and that's how crazy it was. We
had no way of doing it until like 30 minutes before we started the show.
But basically, kind of to give you a premise of what happened. I mean, for those that haven't been following, we're at 15 people in Rhode Island. That's the most that we can do for an event.
And that's 1-5, right? 1-5.
Yeah, 1-5.
I want to make sure I heard that right.
People, that's it. You can only have 15 people. In fact, we've been having challenges. And so finally, the other day, I had a call with our local group who kind of is in charge of commerce, basically. So I've had a dialogue with them, with our group. And basically, we had a conversation, and it came to the point where they finally mentioned, all right, listen, tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to change these numbers. We are going to implement a lot of the procedures that you guys as a coalition has come up with. So so basically all events have to have a COVID safety officer, which is something I think we talked about for a while. And then all events, guests would be tested. So that was huge for them. They jumped up to 50 person wedding. So we went from 15 to 50. And again, Massachusetts, our neighbors, they're still at 10. They can only do 10 people. That includes vendors. So that was a huge breakthrough for us.
Hold 1 second. Did you say 10
vendors.
and that includes vendors?
Yes.
Correct. 10 people.
Holy smokes.
That's ridiculous.
We got to get these people back to work, man.
Yeah.
We do. So, and that's why we've been fighting. We've been just keep going and going. And so that breakthrough was the first major hurdle that we've gotten through, because we've been at 10 since Thanksgiving. So I'm sorry, 15 since Thanksgiving. So yeah, we got this out there. And of course, what happened, a lot of people out there were starting to say, well, some people weren't aware of what a COVID safety officer is. What is it? What are they responsible for? How do we do testing? What's going to happen? There was just so much. There was so much out there happening. So there was excitement, but confusion. Couples were feeling the same way. So of course, we had such a great hurdle that we jumped, but now we had to kind of inform, and we didn't have time to prep, so to speak, because we were in process of putting all this together, and then finally they just said, boom, let's do it. We'll do it for you guys. So we've been dealing with that. Now the biggest problem we had was testing. So the way they wanted to do it was, your wedding was Friday. You would have to go in Friday afternoon, early Friday, get tested. If you are positive, boom, you're out the door. If you're the bride, you're positive, boom, the wedding's going to be off. So if you're the DJ, you're positive, boom, you're out the door. So we found that was really, we were telling them, we can't do the day of, it just doesn't work. And plus, these people get together before the wedding. They get together for rehearsals. They get together, a lot of them travel together. And, Rhode Island, Newport is a destination area. So for us, it's people come in much earlier than just the day of the wedding. So we finally, after a dialogue, we got them to approve 48 hours before for testing, which was huge, another huge battle for us. So now people can get their test beforehand, and the vendors can get their test beforehand. And then if there's any, site of COVID, then there would be, time to work on it versus the day of, So we've been fighting back and forth on all of these things. And in fact, today, when I talked to you, David, we had pretty much every venue and caterer on Zoom call with some of the department from Commerce, basically just going over everybody's questions. What if, some of the questions were all right, what's the age? If you're 5 years old, do you have to get a COVID test? If you've already had COVID, do you have to take a test? There was so many. It was literally becoming not only a DJ and a coalition, spokesperson, but now really knowing all of the health details and planning and what ifs and So, I mean, there's been a lot of work, and we're not done, but the progress has been set in motion. And now we are ready. We're here at this point. Our goal is by March, we want to be at 50% capacity by 150 people max, or around the 150 mark, which is what New York is doing. I don't know if you saw the announcement in the past week, but New York is going to do 150 person event, 50% capacity, and full testing. So they're going to require testing as well. So a mouthful. I know you just spewed out a bunch of information, but that's where I'm at currently.
Man,
I mean, honestly, I can't believe that within a week that this is what's transpired. That's kind of crazy.
yeah, no, you guys just keep setting benchmarks higher and higher and higher. And I think the good news is that the hard work, and you know, I've said this on previous shows, the hard work that you guys are doing right now, there are going to be people that work within this industry who number one, don't even know who you are. Number two, don't even know that you guys are doing this, that are actually probably going to be needing to thank you for what you're doing, because it's going to help them get back to work faster than otherwise.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing, you know, and some of it at the moment, like I said, it's blood, sweat, and tears for us, like where there are some things where it's hard to think about how does it work for your business, for your venue, for your catering company. You know, are there going to be costs? What's the extra time and investment? People have already, you know, put in plexiglass and put in PPE and all these other things. So it's a lot of detailing of being able to explain how all these things will work for people and how to make it happen. So, but it is definitely something. I mean, today was great because we got to get in front of all these people that had questions, that they were concerned. And I mean, I have about 100 questions that already have come in that people are asking for answers and such. They're coming to us for the answers, and some of them we have, and some of them we have to reach out and work with Commerce and Department of Health and Department of Business Regulations. But so another great crazy hurdle for us, well, actually not even hurdle, but just a success, was we received a call from Binex Now. These are the company is actually called Abbott. They're the ones that put out the app and the testing, the 15-minute rapid test. They said they were so intrigued about our story and the mock wedding that we did and everything that we pushed forward that their PR wants to do a story. And so they have two potential organizations that want to pick up our story. One is Today, and the second is ironically The Knot. So they really want to push this out there and push what's happening. And I think it's going to be, you know, again, not just, I know we talk here and this is what's happening in Rhode Island, but the great thing about it is what we're doing here can be a staple and a benchmark for people across the country who are dealing with the same similar situations. I think, you know, David, you and I and Nick have talked about it before. We've already got a foundation down. People can use the same foundation in their own states, cities, and towns, and even countries. I've had people reach out to me from Canada already. So these are things that can help. I mean, it's something that, again, I hope that not just by sharing here with you and your audience, I'm hoping that it's not just, you know, something that people will see it's a Rhode Island thing. It's going to be a nationwide thing that can help out a lot of people get forward, get back to work, and move forward and opening things up again.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've talked previously about the videos that were being produced and stuff. I really think that's going to be the framework for how the rest of the states in the country can start to get back to it. I mean, I honestly didn't know about Massachusetts. That breaks my heart that there's 10 people, including vendors. I mean, your vendor team is almost 10 people. I mean, that's in some weddings. I mean, that's really crazy.
We had a wedding in the fall. They were up to 25 people with vendors. I did a wedding in Massachusetts. I had a photo booth person, and that person had to stay outside. And then the photographer had a second shooter. The second shooter had to stay inside. That's how it was.
Crazy.
Wow. It was, even with 25. So imagine with 10. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But you know me, I keep trying to push forward with this. So are you ready I have another new project.
Uh-oh, I'm ready.
I have a meeting tomorrow, and I'm meeting with some local school superintendents and a couple councilmen. And the other thing that we want to do is these kids who can't have proms or haven't had proms, we are putting together some mock plans for a prom and graduation tomorrow. How can we do this? How, as an industry, can we make this happen? Even if worst case scenario, we can't have dancing, what are other elements? I love the idea of when we were talking earlier with Matt, maybe they can utilize sending requests through the request now. We can have them send pictures. They can have a full, a dinner seated together. And then with a little luck, maybe by then, maybe there could be some dancing, but that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. One of the things last year was such a disaster for all these students that missed out their senior year on prom and different things like that. So we don't want that to be the case this year. So we are going to work on a plan for proms. So that is, the next project I am working on. And tomorrow, again, we have a meeting at 11:30 to talk about how we can implement that and make that happen again.
So kind of like, some ideas, maybe like the pod dancing that you guys kind of explored with the weddings and things like that could be a good idea for the proms and things like that. All right. So, man, again, you guys are killing it, brother. You guys are just killing it. And I wanted to, I just wanted to, number one, thank you for all the work you're doing. Number two, for those of you guys that are watching and those of you guys that maybe watch, after the fact, and Luke and his crew have really worked on putting together, as we say, the blueprint of how all this works. And they have a website called RequestNow.org, Rhode Island Coalition of Wedding and Events Professionals, or RequestNow.org. Luke and I have known each other for as long as I can remember. And I do know that he is a man of his word. And if you reach out to Luke and say, hey, I really need some help with this in my market. I'd really like to be somebody that could spearhead this in my market because I'd like to get back to work. And I'd like to help my fellow wedding and event vendors that work in my community get back to work. Really, Luke and his group have put all the heavy lifting into this already for you. And their website has some information there. But you can also reach out to Luke, and I'm speaking for you, but I'm assuming that what I'm saying is true, although you're busy as hell right now. So it might be a little bit more challenging to get a hold of you sometimes, but I know that you will take the time to talk to anybody who might be interested in kind of that kind of help. Yes,
no, definitely. I just want to see us all back. We want to be at a stage where we can be at these parties and celebrations and be able to just be where we were back in 2019. But I will say this, once we get past this, I think the parties, the celebrations, they're going to be bigger than ever. They are going to be over the top. People are going to be, the dance floor is going to be more packed than ever. The parties, everything is just going to be over the top. So I feel like we're at the ending of this. We still got, a little bit of time, but we are going to, people are going to party and celebrate. And so that's something we have to look forward to and be ready. Get your best game out, get all your, if you've been sitting there, now's the time, start thinking about what your plan is. I know Matt again was on here with Request Now. Get creative, use all the tools that you can to go above and beyond and bring the party and do the different things that can, make you stand on top. And again, these people are going to want it. They're going to look for anything possible to get out there and celebrate. So start planning now. I'm happy to help in the meantime with some of the options and plans and things that we've gone through. We are doing a clubhouse every Wednesday at 2 p.m. David's jumping on with us tomorrow as well. So again, feel free to jump on Clubhouse 2 p.m. We just, get together. Sometimes it's all of us. Sometimes it's just a couple of us, but trying to make it a regular thing so we can answer questions. So we can certainly chat there as well. But like I said, we're here to help out in any way we can.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Can't thank you enough, brother.
Thank you for joining us tonight again. And we appreciate you. Stick around for a few minutes here before we wrap things up. All right, so we are going to bring back what we haven't done in a probably a couple episodes is our pod decks, and we're gonna have some fun with that. But right before we do that, I want to remind everybody that's watching and has been watching, we're going to be doing a giveaway of the Request Now, the new feature of photo sharing, which can be utilized really at any vendor can use that. So you don't have to be a DJ to utilize this service. We're going to be giving away 10 events, compliments of our sponsor Request Now. And all you have to do to be eligible to win those events is text in your name. Tell us your name. Send us your name. There's a QR code in the top right-hand corner. Some people say that doesn't work on their computer. Not sure why. But if that doesn't work for you, you can also text in your name to 909-316-0707, and that'll qualify you to be the winner of our 10 free events, compliments of Request Now. No strings attached, no obligation after that. If you like the service, keep using it. If you don't, you're good. All right. So you got to be, and you also have to be here to win. So some people have been sticking with us for the long haul, and we appreciate that.
Yes.
And that can pay off for you if you're one of the folks that would like to win the 10 events. And I'm going to tell you right now, oddly enough, compared to the people that are watching and the people that have texted in so far, your odds are pretty good.
Yeah.
So literally, all you have to do is text your name in for this. All right. So text it in. We're going to let you have a chance to do that while we do Pod Decks. And then after Pod Decks, we're going to pick a winner. And then after that, we're going to be heading over to Clubhouse. We're going to be at the Clubhouse after party. That's going to actually kick off at 9 o'clock. So we'll probably be done here, obviously, before that. And then that'll happen at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So if you're not familiar with Pod Decks, this is a little fun thing we always like to do with our guests. If you're in the audience, we encourage you to comment with your comments, and we'll share some of those on screen with you guys. Poddex is another one of our sponsors, and if you're not familiar with Poddex, it is it's basically like they have on your phone now. They have a virtual app, but it's basically like a deck of cards that you can utilize for, let's say that you're doing a podcast of your own. Yeah. Let's say you're doing an event where you want to just kind of have some conversation starters and things like that. Poddex has all kinds of like fun stuff, and
it's so fun, and they're great. They're great icebreakers. Honestly, it's a great way to kind of just connect quickly. So
thank you, Hercules Entertainment. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get started now with Poddex. Rachel, Luke, we're going to be asking you guys these questions again. Audience, you guys can respond in the audience if you want to. So Rachel, Luke, go ahead and unmute yourselves, and I'll kick it off. All right. So first question is, what set of items could you buy that would make the cashier most uncomfortable?
Oh boy.
Thank you, Big Earn.
Always Big Earn.
What's that?
How about some balloons?
Balloons. All right, fair enough. Rachel, what do you got?
So we're keeping it PG-13.
I mean,
you can do whatever you want.
You can answer however you want to. Big Earn just always asks us every time if we're keeping it PG-13 or not. And you know what? This is y'all's show. Whatever you're comfortable with responding with, we aren't going to complain.
Making comfortable cashier, like I guess tampons or condoms, one or the other.
It looks like Chris was thinking right along with you. Double XL condoms.
Yeah.
Johnny says duct tape, shovel, and a knife. That's crazy.
Smart, man.
Yes.
Like that.
I had to watch that one.
We got enhanced pills. Okay, sure, absolutely. And then we got, let's see here, a corkscrew, a toilet paper roll, and an avocado. I don't even want to ask. I don't even want to ask what you do with those.
I like the reasoning behind that.
That's some good stuff. All right. What do you got, Nick?
I got my question. If you could replace one body part with a bionic replacement, which would you choose?
Oh man, we're going deep with
What's
these.
wrong with that? That's on you, bro. If
I don't know what. I guess my arms lift up and get crazy. Start doing some pumping. I don't know. Say my arms or a arm, your super arm.
So you got the bionic arm. All right, Rachel, how about you?
Bionic eyes, I'd say, so they're never tired and they could look at the screen all day long.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You guys are keeping it clean. Big Earn says arms. Really?
You know what you're thinking, Earn.
Chris also says bleach, alcohol, shovel, and gloves. I love it. Hey, what's up? Hey, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
What's this one here? Nionic Mojo. I think he meant B. Bionic. All right. Johnny says ear. I can hear everything. There you go. Chris says left arm. Had a motorcycle wreck and don't have. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that would definitely be
actually
cool.
be a pertinent use of this question.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Let's see. What do we got? Well, right to it.
Hey.
There we go.
Appreciate the honesty, man.
Yeah, and Hal sorry about Hal says legs.
Dude, for real, I would get bionic arms just so I could hold that camera up at weddings forever and not get tired. For real, that thing is heavy.
Yeah.
With the rig and stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, we're coming strong with these questions tonight. All right, here we go. Next one. What would be the creepiest thing you could say while passing a stranger on the street?
I feel like we've asked this question before.
We may have.
Possibly.
Rachel, you go first this time.
I mean, I'm from New York, from the city, so I think anything you say to a random stranger, they look at you like, "Oh, you're talking to me?" Like,
oh yeah, that's normal.
Especially during COVID, like, why are you even talking to me? They just walk away.
Nice, flying low.
Yeah.
I love it. You got anything, man?
I mean, I would get real close and be like, "Don't go down the something creepy, like like insinuating something bad."
Chris says, "I need a massage."
Something like that, yeah, for sure.
Hal says, "I can smell your soul." I like that one.
How about
let's see. Natural Aura, help me. I see dead people.
Yeah.
I like peanut butter, but it gives me gas though.
wow?
And you smell yummy. Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
It's uncomfortable.
You guys are bringing the heat, man. I like these.
I could do something like, I'd love to make a video of you or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got one. What's the weirdest smell you've ever smelled? No? Maybe? What you got?
Wow, you're killing it with these crazy questions.
Yeah, we're kind of getting weird.
My son's a hockey player, so his gloves, after he takes it off,
oh, I bet.
not want to sit anywhere near them, or his he comes in after practice. That's the weirdest smell you'll ever, and you'll never forget how it smells. So yeah, it sticks it out. It's disgusting.
I got one. Yeah, that too. So funny story. Long time ago, me and my friend were in high school, and we went shrimp fishing or shrimping with like just a cast net. That's what you do in Florida, I guess. And he forgot the shrimp in his car in the trunk in Florida in the summertime, and it was like 110 degrees in the car, and he couldn't for the life of him figure it out. It literally smelled like something died in the car. It was probably the worst thing I've ever smelled like in my life. It was so bad. Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's pretty gross.
Hal says that stuff they use to kill mold smells like the sea foam green should smell. Yep. And then
cast net.
Yeah, this guy.
Sorry.
This guy's always bringing the funnies. All right, is it my turn or your turn?
Your turn.
I'm so confused. All right, let's do one more each. All right. All right. Last one is for me is what is the most embarrassing thing you have ever worn?
Most embarrassing thing I ever worn. I can't say I've worn anything embarrassing, but I guess I put on my my high school track team costume, and it didn't fit me too well. So I did that maybe 10, 15 years ago after I graduated. So that was, I guess, if there's something I won, that would be it. Other than the fact that when we did the cruise, the other option was when me and Dave were in night with those robes with these glasses with South on a cruise ship, and we had about 4 or 5 the ladies from the pink hats or the purple hat group or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a few we could throw out there.
I remember those days. Rachel, you want to own up to any embarrassing things you've ever worn?
I dressed up with my husband actually for one Halloween as crisscross. So everything was like, inside out, the pants with the zipper in the back, and we're going in the city, and like people are like, and some people obviously don't know who they are, and they're looking at us. They're like, why are they wearing their clothes like inward and outward and backward? So it was a lot of fun. We definitely enjoyed it, but I guess that would be the most embarrassing thing, to walk in the city.
That is funny.
Staring at you.
Mine's easy.
Chris Diss is a princess tiara. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
High school swim team. I was wearing the full-on Speedo. Didn't even realize at the time, looking back on photos, I was like, why did anyone ever let me wear that?
Oh man.
So
Did
yeah.
you wear the cap too at the same time?
Oh yeah, dude, you had to.
So it was
It's a
like,
swim team
so
line.
like you almost couldn't tell the difference between the top and the bottom.
You know, that's not a bad point.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
That's fair.
I've never been there. I have never
That's fair.
swam on a team in my life, so I didn't know. Do you have one more for us?
Oh yeah, sure. One more question.
We didn't get too many people in the audience admitting to some embarrassing stuff. Big Earn with the typos tonight says, actually a Santa Claus suit. Kids were so confused. I get it. Yep.
Do you have a signature quirk or move that people know you by?
Nick in butt floss. All right. Would you say a signature what?
Signature quirk or move that people would know you by?
Okay. All right, we got a few coming in now.
Awesome.
While you guys think about that, Hal says high school skit called "Horrible Housewives." I wore my mom's nightgown.
Nice.
Nice.
How?
National Aura says picking up my wife's glasses and putting them on, thinking they were mine. Never will drink Ray and nephew again.
Nice.
Love it. And then I think Chris meant to say, "I love that one." Earn.
Yeah.
All right. So what was yours again? Read it again real quick.
What quirk do people know you by? Or
What?
do you have like a quirk or dance move or move?
Oh, we
Not
know
even
we
dance.
know you have a dance move. Come on,
Yo.
come on, let's do it.
Yo.
Yeah. Go ahead. Hold on. Wait. Let me get you in the big screen there. Give us the old rooster. Come on, give us the rooster. There it is. Oh, the rooster and the. Oh my gosh, we could tell you some funny stories about the rooster in Canada. Oh my gosh.
The rooster in Canada.
Oh yeah, God, we
my.
could tell you some funny stories about that one.
Sounds interesting.
Rachel, you got any silly quirks people know you by?
Sure, like a dance move, like, and then everybody.
Oh, the old sprinkler.
Sprinkler.
I love it.
I'll be doing the TikTok dances.
Come
and
on,
stuff.
bring it.
Am I doing it?
Bring it. Come on.
Do you have some music I can?
I don't have any music, but boom, 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 boom. Big Earn says
I am 12.
Big Earn says people say they love my smile. We really do. You do.
It
have a
is
great smile, dude. I'm not gonna
infectious.
lie. Like no, whatever they say.
Even Shanice loves it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going old school. Yeah.
Big. Yeah, you really did go old school with that one.
I don't know what people had.
Oh, you are hilarious. All right, you guys, last chance to text in if you haven't texted in already. Last chance to text in to win the 10 free photo events from RequestNow.
Now, hold on. We have to stop here before you even do that. David, we didn't see your move. We didn't see your dance. Let's go.
Oh, I have no dance moves. I assure you.
David.
I assure you. What's that?
Let's go.
Man, I wish I had one. The worm. Bigger and said the David dance. Actually, you know what? I always do this thing called, it's like the chicken wing, where I'm just like kind of going here, doing the chicken wing. That's probably my thing. And I don't even think about it. Just all of a sudden a good beat comes on and I just drop the chicken wing on you. So we'll go with that.
Come on.
We'll go with that.
Oh, he's got the ukulele out there. There we
go. Oh God, fun times. Fun times.
Things we have to do to entertain ourselves.
Yeah, I know. This is what happens when we're all stuck at home and not working. But wait a minute. I might actually start dancing now.
Yo,
Big Earn, so he's gonna throw the if you throw Bitcoin, I'll definitely start dancing. Oh yeah, Chris with the head nod. Yeah, that's a big one there. Nick, make it rain.
Yo, I'll make it rain some Bitcoin.
Make it rain on some Bitcoin on me. All right. Enough of this nonsense. All right, guys. So we are going to do our giveaway to one of our lucky viewers tonight. Once again, we're giving away 10 free uses of RequestNow's new feature of the photo share. I'm calling it the wrong thing. How about some GameStop stop? Yeah, exactly.
True.
Exactly. 10 events. Sorry, 10 free events for you guys to try out the new feature where you can have people text in photos. You can approve or disapprove those photos depending on what comes in. And it's a great way to display at events. And remember, guys, this is not just for DJs. This is something that anybody, whether you're a planner, a videographer, a photographer, a DJ, if I didn't say planner or wedding planner, this is like a really cool
Cool.
something you can add, especially when people are looking for something to do outside of dancing. I think it's a great example of something that people could use outside of dancing. So, all right, so this is it. Everybody has texted in. If you didn't text in, you missed out. So we're going to run the raffle right now.
I saw some other ones coming.
Give me a virtual drum roll. Can you do that? Virtual drum roll. And our winner is Joel. Joel, are you still here? Now, remember, we said you got to be present to win. So, Joel, if you're still here, we need to see you. Give us a comment. Give us a comment wherever you're at out there, Joel, whether you're on Facebook or you're on Twitch or you're on YouTube. Drop us a comment, Joel. Let us know you're still here. If not, we're gonna keep picking until we find somebody. And then Joel, if Joel's not here and he doesn't text in, and then he later on listens to this and realizes that he could have been a winner, he's going to be mad at us. All right. We're giving Joel about 15 more seconds because I know if he's on Facebook.
Joel left.
Maybe. Joel might have left. Chris says congratulations to the winner. Well, he may not be the winner yet.
Yeah.
We're going to give it just another minute, or not minute, another about 10 seconds here, because we know that our people that are on Facebook are a little bit behind when they get this compared to everybody else. So we want to make sure if Joel is here, that we don't.
He did text in. He did text in pretty.
Yeah, he texted in kind of early in the show. So yeah, all right. All right, so scrap it. It's your call, man. I'm letting you call it.
Let's give him like 15 more seconds.
14,
Joel,
13, 12. Joel, where you at? 11.
We want you to win, Joel.
This is the most. Man. This is literally the most time we've ever given anybody. All right, give me another virtual drum roll. Come on, bring it. Chris Nelson. Chris Nelson. We just saw him comment a second ago, so hopefully he didn't bail.
Or he said congratulations to the winner.
No, he said that earlier, but that doesn't mean he's still here now.
I'm done.
Yeah, he's like, congratulations to Joel. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So now if Chris Nelson left, now we've had two people that could have won. Is Chris Nelson still here? Please tell me Chris Nelson didn't leave.
Chris.
Come on, Chris Nelson. You got to still be out there.
Chris
Nelson. It took a second for those comments to come in. So maybe Chris Nelson hasn't heard us say this. This has been like the most difficult opportunity for us to give. There it is.
Sweet.
Chris Nelson has won. All right.
Enjoy.
So Chris he said, I'm here till the end. I love it. Thank you, man. And we are here till the end as well. Well, I guess we have to be. All right. So Chris, do us a favor. Reach out to us. If you would, reach out to us on Instagram. Chris, hopefully you have Instagram. Send us a message to Wedding Business Growth, all one word. Send us a message on Instagram, Chris Nelson. Let me know that you have Instagram on here before we let you go.
Yeah.
And just let us know how we can put Matt in touch with you, and we will get you set up with those 10 free events. And then we want you to come back on the show at some point and let us know how they worked out for you, because I'd love to know how you're using it and how it worked out for you. So
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. Love it.
Awesome stuff.
Love it. All right, Chris Nelson, we got a few more announcements, so hopefully you're still there. If you hear me say this, please text us one more time or message us one more time. Just let us know that you can reach us on Instagram, and we'll get you all squared away. All right, so thank you guys as always. Rachel, one more time, thank you for joining us tonight. I think what you guys are doing with Wedding Composers is awesome, and I think that hopefully everybody here will really get some use out of Wedding Composers. And again, guys, it doesn't cost you anything but time to jump on Wedding Composers, get all set up. I did notice earlier there was a comment when somebody said if they have multiple businesses, like a different, I'm assuming like if they have a DJ business and a photo booth business, or a photography and a videography business, do they need to? Can they do that under one, or does that need to be two separate entities on the platform?
No, we do allow multiple services as long as we're offering that service category. All it has to do is it has to be tied into one business entity. So if it's like one company under one tax ID, under one account, then yes, you can do it. Otherwise, if it's two different business entities, then they would have to just register them separately. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. And Chris says, yes, it's under Local Boys Entertainment. Perfect. All right. So Chris, hit us up from Local Boys Entertainment at Wedding Business Growth, and we'll get you all set up, and we'll make sure that you're able to get those events. Luke, I love you, man. Yeah. And thank you for all the hard work you guys are doing.
please don't stop the fight, because you guys are really leading charge out there, and it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to us, and I'm sure it means a lot to a lot of other people. So thank you, Luke.
No, thank you guys. I really appreciate the support. And again, if anyone's around tomorrow, 2:00, we'll be at Clubhouse. Please check us out. If you've got some questions, and just to come out support, and we'll just talk about what's going on.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All right. So real quick, just to let everybody know what is going on for next week's show before we let you guys go. Next week's show is going to be pretty exciting, because we have a good friend of ours that's coming on the show. His name is Eric Massengale, and he does automation. So email automation. If you have a CRM that you utilize with your event business, whether it's it could be Honeybook, it could be for those people that are DJs, DJ Event Planner. There are a couple other ones out there that are similar to that. Whatever CRM you use, Eric is, yes, this is it. So Eric is like the master at creating these automations to help you automate some of the tasks when it comes to your flows and your processes with your prospects reaching out to you, and really kind of communicating with them all the way through the process, getting them from initial inquiry to paying you to do a job for you, and then actually even beyond that, to also helping you get a 5-star review at the end of the event. All right. So you guys definitely, he will make dollars fly at you. That's pretty accurate. That's pretty darn accurate. I pretty much have utilized his service since I started, or since he started it actually. And so, I think it's amazing. And Luke, you use his service as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I end up, first I bought the first rank where you do it yourself. And I finally just said, I'm not doing this. I mean, I didn't have the time. And I literally hired him for the full transition of making it automated. I wish I would have done it sooner. Don't wait. I mean, it sends out emails, reminders. I can't tell you. I mean, I don't have to chase people down anymore. They pay when they're supposed to. The ghost leads that go out, you think a lot of us don't feel like reaching out to these people again. I just got a ghost lead from 3 months ago, and they're like, all right, we're ready to book. And it's like, wait a minute, so it's amazing. You got to be here to check it out. And the automation, if you can swing him to do it completely, I mean, he walks you through it. He customizes everything for you. It is the biggest investment I made for this past year. Out of anything I bought, it was the best investment. So it's totally worth it.
Well, and not only that, but he's also going to be coming on to help drop some nuggets and some ideas on how you can kind of get this thing up and running by yourself. As we said before, we don't ever want to turn into a what's that late night, that QSC or QVC. QVC, we don't want to turn our show into a QVC. Yeah. So we're by no means doing that. Yeah. But obviously you guys are business owners, or you should be business owners watching us. Yeah. You understand that things cost money.
They're
like
tools.
Tools. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Tools and processes and things that are going to make your business run better. Yeah. They do cost money. So I don't want to totally shy away from that, but I just want to make sure that everybody who watches us and supports us know that our goal is not to turn this show into sell. But some of the folks that do come on the show do have tools and services that can help you better your business. This is one of them for sure,
dude. And automating your stuff, that's a time investment as well. It's like, how much, what is my time worth, to be sending those emails? So it's all relative for sure. So.
And to Luke's point, there is a system that we put together on mine that never heard from the client on email 1, never heard from the client on email 2, never heard from the prospect on email 3, never heard from email 4. Then all of a sudden, email 5, I hear from them. And not only do I hear from them, but they want to hire me. Hey, sorry, we've been busy. Thank you so much for keeping in touch with us. We are ready to buy. And that has to do with the buying process that people go through. And I think that Eric will probably touch a little bit on what that means when you talk about the buying process. So there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff to come out of it. So,
David, a lot of people, and I know myself included, were not using the feature, the text feature.
Yep.
And that was golden, even in itself. I mean, it would send out a reminder, so they were getting emails, but then they'd get this text. And I never utilized it until Eric implemented it for my system. And it was great because I was getting people responding and, oh, I didn't get your email or whatever. So that feature alone, I didn't even utilize. And that's a great feature itself built into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Big Earn says the insight, knowledge, tools, and network in this show is fantastic. Thank you, man. That
means the world.
That is absolutely our goal.
Yeah.
So for you to say that, and for hopefully everybody else who gives us an hour, or in this case, an hour and a half of their time.
Sorry.
We appreciate you guys. And to that point, Rachel, thank you for sticking around with our craziness. All right. So we are going to sign off of here. Rachel, don't forget to connect with me on Clubhouse, if you will, so that I can invite you into the room. Luke, are you going to be in the room tonight?
I'm going to be on. I already promoted.
Right, bottom line, guys, if you are on Clubhouse, oh man, thank you, Chris Disc. We appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
If you're on Clubhouse, just look for the WBG after party. All right, just look for the WBG after party and jump in there. If you're not on Clubhouse and you have an iOS device, reach out to one of us. Luke, do you have any invites?
I do, yes.
Perfect. So reach out to Luke, reach out to me, reach out to any one of us, and we'll get you an invite. You do have to use an iOS device, so it has to be an iPhone or an iPad.
Yo, I got 6 invites. So
you got 6?
Yes.
Man, you've been hanging on to those invites.
Man. I have no one to give them to.
If you hang on to them long enough, you can probably even sell them. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Yeah. Oh, and Big Earn says he has more invites as well.
Yeah.
So perfect. Chris says, thank you guys. Great show. Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right, you guys, have a great night. We'll see you next week with Eric Massengill. And we hope that you are going to be able to join us on Clubhouse tonight. That starts at 9:00, which is about 20 minutes from now. All right. So we'll see you guys on Clubhouse. Rachel, thank you. Luke, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Audience, thank you.
Hey.
And Nick, thank you.
Yeah. Inspire, guys. Inspire each other and have an awesome week. So
good night. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Night.